4, 3.
Fuck it.
There's no words on it.
Fuck it.
We'll do it live.
Fuck it.
Cause I've never seen that.
Fucking thing sucks. There's no words there.
Fuck it.
There's no words on it.
Fuck it.
We'll do it live.
Fuck it.
Cause I've never seen that.
Fucking thing sucks. There's no words there.
I don't know. Fuck. 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 I don't know. What? Go. I can't do it.
Fuck it.
Go. I can't do it.
Fuck it.
Go. I can't do it.
Fuck it.
Go. I can't do it.
Thanks again for watching.
Fuck it.
There's no words on it.
Fuck it.
We'll do it live.
Fuck it.
Cause I've never seen that.
Fucking thing sucks. There's no words there.
Fuck it.
There's no words on it.
Fuck it.
We'll do it live.
Fuck it.
Cause I've never seen that.
Fucking thing sucks. There's no words there.
Okay. Ready?
Take it away.
Go. Yeah. Go. Yeah. Go. Yeah.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
We'll do it live.
Go. Yeah. Go. Yeah. Go. Yeah.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
We'll do it live.
Fuck it.
Go.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Go.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Go.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Go.
Fuck it.
What does that mean? To play us out? To end the show? Yeah.
What the fuck is up, everybody? Is this thing on? All right. First ever fucking Dark Horse live show. Thanks for catching it live with us, tuning in. Right off the bat, first thing I'm going to do on my very own show, I'm going to give some shit away right off the bat. So I'm glad you're hanging out with us. First things first, pack of seeds. It's going out right now. Let's start with Stockton Slap. Stockton Slap. Pull this up on this here camera. I believe people that I want to talk to, stuff that I'm interested in, and yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna fuck around for an hour every week, and we'll just shoot the shit, give some stuff away, talk genetics, talk to some breeders, talk to a few celebrity friends that I have. I really don't have any fucking ideas, but I think we'll do a little giveaway start of the show, and my special guest today, very good friend of mine, is Daz Mephisto. So we're gonna dig deep on autoflowers. What are autos? What is Mephisto? What is Night Owl? Daz's new joint, and we're gonna kind of go deep on autos. So I hope you guys hang out, and we're gonna learn lots and lots about autos. But let me check the email real quick, see if anybody won those seeds. It looks like yes. I'm not going to announce people's names. I don't want to do that real weird, everybody. But we have a winner on those pack of seeds. So I'm going to move it on to the next pack of seeds. We're going to do another pack of seeds. Actually, let's change it up real quick. Let's do this calendar. I got this calendar. So everybody, Dark Horse is featured in Attitude Seed Bank's calendar this year. I'm super pumped on it. Check it. Like 2020 calendar Attitude. I don't even know how you get these shits. I'm pretty sure you got to buy some on Attitude or hit them up. But I'm going to give one of these away. It's the start of the year. Everyone needs a fucking calendar. So fuck it. Let's give away a calendar. Same deal. You guys are going to learn this email address because that's how you're going to win all the free shit. darkhorsegeneticslive@gmail.com. First person to email me this or email me with, but put calendar in the subject line so I don't get them all confused. First guy already won the seeds. Calendar in the subject line. You're going to win this Attitude Seed Bank calendar. Let's do a quick check. Is audio good? Everybody hear me? Thumbs up in the chat. You can hear me? Cool. Oh, shit. And we got some chat overlays going on. Some people on Twitch, people on YouTube, a couple people on Instagram. So sweet. All right. Win this fucking calendar. Email now. Oh. So next thing I want to do real quick, let's do like a quick product feature. Of course, I'm going to promote my own bullshit, but I wanted to show the Skittles, the strain that we just dropped here in Colorado. I know a lot of people know about Skittles. A lot of people don't know about Skittles, but I want to do like a, what do you call it? Like an unboxing, some sort of unboxing. So let's check this out. let's move on a little bit with the show. Let's give something else away real quick. I'm into the giveaways. First ever Dark Horse show, so we're gonna give away a bunch of shit today. So yeah, tell your friends if they're not watching, they're missing out on a bunch of free shit. This next item up for grabs. Big Price is Right fan, by the way. So this next item up for grabs, folks. This is for the ladies. So all you dudes that didn't get your ladies a proper Christmas present, I only have one left. These are like 2 years old, but it's new in the packaging. This is a hoodlum. Dark Horse Genetics hoodlum. These fuckers are nice, son. Like the warmest fucking hoodie you'll ever wear in your life. Here's the catch. It's a small, ladies small. So if you guys got the petite ladies out there in your life, this contest is for you. You need to get this hoodie. These hoodies retail for like $250 or some high dollar number. So, I mean, we're hooking it up here. Come on now. Hoodlum, Dark Horse hoodie. It's got embroidered Dark Horse all over it. I don't want to unfold. I want to keep it fresh and clean for the winter. But yeah, this thing is very fresh, very clean. Come on now. The email to win the hoodie, Dark Horse Genetics Live at gmail.com. Put hoodie in the subject line. First person to email me on that email line or on that Gmail there will win this hoodie. There's no strings. Just fucking tell me what's up. Hit me up and we will hook it up. Send it over to you. And with that said, I got a couple more items to give away. We will give those away towards the middle half or the later half of the show. And yeah, I think I want to dig deep on autos now. I think I want to go over to the auto section for a while. And well, let me just talk about autos for a second, because first of all, I know jack shit. Like, I know jack shit about autos. I thought autos was like ridiculous, like a novelty type item that was only done in Europe. I thought it was for people who grow weed on balconies and don't have moms, and they're not real weed growers per se. They're just like, you know, some Europeans like to throw seeds out on the balcony and just start more every year. When you go to Cannabis, you'll see like, I don't know, fucking thousands of seed companies that are just autos that are like $1 a piece. So I kind of figured autos were like a novelty stupid item. And I didn't know much about ruderalis or anything, but I'm about to, if you think autos suck, I'm about to change your mind, because my mind was changed. And that all started when I met Daz Mephisto. About 2 years ago, I met Daz Mephisto. He's become a really good friend of mine. But when I met Daz, he started pulling out flowers that I was like, what the fuck is this? This is autos? Like, you know, I thought autos was, you know, ridiculous, you know, balcony weed. And yeah, the way that you make an auto is real breeding, folks. Like, there's not many auto people out there in the world that do this shit. And Mephisto is hands down the number one, the best auto company that there ever was. And pretty much everyone's, you know, biting on Mephisto to start their lines. So I just think it's interesting that there's never really been a breeder or a company that has taken over a sect of a market and just dominated it entirely. And I would say Mephisto is that company, is that breeder, if you will. But with that said, my mind changed from, you know, I've actually seen some of the Daz's plants, and my mind's changed from what the fuck are autos, you know, little 12-inch ruderalis doofus dumb shit, into like, okay, we've got viable plants here that, you know, auto flip, and it's an interesting concept. And then furthermore, what I'm about to explain to you guys is autos is going to be the #1 selling seed across the world very soon. It's going to be feminized autos, because everybody in hemp wants a fem auto, and all these big farms and everybody in massive agriculture. Feminized auto is about to be the #1 fucking strain of, you know, the method of producing strains. It's going to take over, mark my words. Feminized autos is going to be the way of the future. So with that said, I want to bring in Daz, and we'll talk a little bit about autos and how that works. If I can do this correctly. Here is Daz, everybody.
Nice, bud. Thanks for having me in. Appreciate it.
Sure. If I can get you to scoot this way just a touch.
Which way?
Let's get you on Instagram so the folks can actually see your pretty mug. All right. So before we just get straight into autos, what I want to do on this show is just sort of talk to my friends, my breeders, and, you know, go a little deeper on who they are and how they got to be where they are. So with that said, Daz, like, what kind of what's your story? Where are you from? You don't have to give me all the exact details. We're not trying to get every single location out of you or whatever. But where are you from? Where are you born? Where'd you grow up? Like, how was your youth, if you will?
uh, Good. I was born out near Baltimore, Maryland, and grew up out there on the East Coast. And I mean, grew a little bit here and there. Started in high school with some bag seeds and messed around, and then moved down to South Carolina a little bit later and started going to school down there.
High school, East Coast,
No, college.
college.
Yep. And then
Gotcha.
set
But
up
before you go to college, like, what was your first time ever smoking weed? Like, your first, if you dig deep, like, what is the first time you ever saw weed? Do you remember? Like,
in person.
yeah, did you think weed was bad? Were you a jock? Were you a stoner? Were you?
No, I mean, I was middle of the road as can be. I
Gotcha.
hung out with everybody, and I mean, the first time I saw weed was from my older brother for sure. And I remember riding around in his Cadillac and smoking a joint, going up to the racetrack, the quarter-mile drag strip,
Nice.
just getting so fucked up that I didn't want to get out of the car. I was just like, man, this is so amazing. Let me just sit here and rock out for a minute.
Was that like good kind back then, or was that swag?
Oh no,
The
it
good
was
old swags?
definitely swag,
The good old swags?
hazy.
Yeah, totally. So
Yeah.
what was the first time you ever saw like kind bud, if you will?
High
See this
school,
weed.
definitely.
High school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There was a couple kids there that had older brothers in college, and they would bring it down and be like, "Holy shit, what is this?" I remember getting some stuff from Vermont that was just so piney and so delicious. I never smoked anything like it.
Sure.
And it's just like this beautiful, beautiful fluffy bud. It was perfect.
Was your high school weed experience something like mine, where I mean back then, like we couldn't find weed, man. We went weeks with stretches. It was all about who you knew. You had to have a friend. You had to know somebody to know somebody to know somebody.
No, where I was at, once you got into it, it was pretty much always there. Just whether it be good or not, the quality would depend on who you knew and who
Gotcha.
had what at the time. But
Gotcha.
yeah, a lot of beasters, that wet BC bud. That
Totally. That
just
took
never
over the
forget that
nation.
smell,
Yeah.
so, all
Gotcha.
that good stuff.
So let's talk about like the first time you thought about growing, or like, why did you start growing weed?
Well, when I moved down to South Carolina, I met up with some kids from my school, got in pretty good with them, bought some stuff, then went to buy a big amount and got pistol whipped and robbed. And was just like, all right, fuck this. It's gonna be safer to grow my own, even though there's mandatory minimums down here, than fucking get shot or robbed over a couple $1,000. So
Yeah, no
after that,
shit.
it was like, yeah, let me figure this out.
So fairly out of necessity and safety.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Well, what was the first strain you ever remember growing, or seed you remember popping?
Other than bag seed, it would definitely be, I think a White Widow, but I have no idea who it was from. But that was some of the first homegrown stuff that I ever did.
Nice.
And I mean, it sucked. Turned out horrible. Gave it way too many newts, and yeah, just fucked it all to shit. But smoked it, and it still came out better than the stuff I was buying on the street. So
Nice.
it's like, yeah, it was a good deal. But that really
That's the
got me
beginning.
into it.
Yeah, totally.
And then I was like, let me figure out how to do this faster, and that's where the autos came in. So
As I say, so how do we go from growing weed to breeding or / viewing autos? I know you spent some time in Spain, so bridge the gap from like becoming one of the greatest auto breeders to a guy in college just smoking weed and growing so he doesn't get jacked on the street.
all right, well, I wouldn't say I'm one of the greatest, but thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, from there I started growing autos because I wanted as fast as possible weed. I was like, fuck it, the temperature down here is crazy, humidity down here is crazy all the time, so I'm gonna try to keep this environment as straight as possible, as level all the time as I can. So I saw the 24-hour light cycle, just leave it on, it'll flower into its thing. So I grabbed some of those seeds. I got some more Dutch Passion, I think it was. And man, grew some huge plants in deep water culture, like 12-ounce plants right off the bat. But they just sucked. Like the smoke was so bad, just really, really horrible.
Like European blah back in the day, kind of.
Yep.
Like the Dutch kind of blah. Yeah, sure, I remember.
And I'd been following along with Mitch, who started Mephisto online, and he was working with a bunch of different elite cuts. And he had a bunch of American genetics, stuff from Bog, from Archive, like just a bunch of really good stuff that he was crossing into autos. So I saw him working all these projects, and I kept hitting him up like, hey, whenever you need these test grown, shoot some my way, whatever.
The classic tester guy.
Yeah. And he never did, but I was the first person in the States to actually get the seeds because he was like, I'm not going to release them until I have packaging, whatever. I was just like, dude, I don't care about the packaging. I see you working with genetics, like doing the right thing. I see you laying it all out online and showing your work. Like, let me get some of those seeds and start rocking with them. So he sent me some. I grew them all out, documented them all, and he was just like, every grow was really, really good. So he was like, oh, why don't we get you over here to start working with us? And at the time, it just
So you got the invite straight off the internet, basically.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. No,
Come to Spain, grow seeds, or make seeds with us, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. So I asked him if I could start breeding with them here in the States, and he was like, "Yeah, no problem." So I started with the sour crack and took a grape stomper OG male and hit that, and then it ended up becoming the sour stomper, which is still one of my all-time favorites. But yeah, I started working with the stuff here. Sent him a bunch of the F1 photo autocrosses that I made. He grew them out. I was like, man, this is like some of the frostiest stuff I've ever seen in my life. Like, let's get you over here. Another year goes by. I'm still growing all their stuff real steady, still pollinating stuff and working little projects. And again, he's like, can we get you over here? It's like, all right, let me figure this out. And I was dating a chick at the time who was real against me growing and against weed, all that. But her dad talked some sense into her. I was like, look, he's obviously good at it. Like, if these people want him over there, stop being an ass. Like, let him go, watch his dog, whatever. So she agreed to watch my dog, and like within an hour of her being like, yeah, go.
You're booking flights.
Yeah. I was like, I can't miss this. So
Nice.
went over there, lived over there for 3 months with him, slept on the floor in the middle of the grow. We all had the same work ethic, same goals. Like we clicked. We all are the same age, got along real well, and from there just hit it off. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go back to the States and really try to blow this shit up.
So your time in Spain, I mean, I've been to Spain a few times. We actually run a little something going on out of Spain. Spain's one of my favorite places in the world. Barcelona is one of my favorite cities of all time to visit. If the viewers, if you've never been to Barcelona or Cannabis, is a good time to go. Well, it's kind of shitty weather that time, but if you go to Barcelona, it's just like it's the party city of Europe, or party destination of Europe. It's a really fun place to go. But explain to the viewers a little bit, like, what's the biggest differences between Spain and America, in your opinion? Like, in the short time you were there, what was the biggest thing you picked up on?
Freedom.
Right.
Felt so much more free over there than you do here. I mean, there were people protesting, and instead of the cops beating them down, they were like guarding the protesters, walking along with them, and like letting them burn their trash cans and do whatever. It's just, I mean, you could really speak your mind about anything over there. Like, a lot of people bite their tongue about things over here, and over there it was just, no, we're going to talk, we're going to have a discussion about it. And
Sure.
it's not going to be, oh, I say one thing and you have a different point of view, so we can never be friends again.
Right.
Let's talk and see each other's point of view, sort of thing.
That's cool.
So
yeah, there's tons of, I mean, every time we go there, there's demonstrations in the street, organized all the time, big parades, or I shouldn't call them parades, big marches, But yeah, Spain they just had I don't want to speak on it too much because I don't want to get it wrong, but they just had some sort of revolution or revolt or something was going on, rioting was going on, and my buddy was just out there. So yeah, Spain's definitely a very cool place to go. But so after you get linked up in Spain, you kind of meet the Mephisto guys, you head back home. Now you're officially part of the crew. From there, how long have you been going on with Mephisto, or what sort of happens next? Take us further down the journey.
Just since 2014 is when I sent them over my first F1 crosses that they grew out. We're like, all right, let's figure this out from here. I came back here, started linking up with Seeds here now, Oregon Elite Seeds, DC Seed Exchange.
Sort of becoming the American distributor,
right,
if you will, too.
Talking to these people, showing them the flower, extracts, everything, saying, look, it's not what you think it is anymore. Like, times have changed. We're doing real work. Like, this shit takes years, which is why other people stay away from it, because a lot of people are just in it for the quick flip sort of thing. But no, it takes a lot of time and dedication and numbers to actually get this stuff. And like, I'm sitting here with the flower, smoking it with you, proving it to you. Like, you're proving it to yourself by smoking it. Like, okay.
Sure.
So I just kind of did that, went around and
one by one converted America to autos.
Exactly. Yep, autos and femmes. I'm doing everything I can to get as many people switched as I can.
So if you would, and you don't have to give away any secret sauce or methods, you know what I mean, but explain to folks how you make an auto, because I mean, I honestly fully don't understand the process myself. I know it in layman's terms, and maybe this is totally incorrect and you can correct me, but like, autos come from ruderalis, and maybe the viewers don't all know, there's sativa, there's indica, and there's also a ruderalis plant. And a ruderalis plant is an auto flowering plant that, when we say auto, it automatically flowers no matter what the photo period is, no matter what the light is doing. So it'll automatically flower itself out. Ruderalis, not that I've ever grown it, it doesn't look like weed. It doesn't have the serrated edges like weed does. It looks like a weed, and it's in the, it's really short, and maybe it's like 6 inches tall. I always thought autos were literally 6 inches tall. So how do you take, or maybe the dawn of autos, but how do you take a shit ass ruderalis and turned it into a Zamodelica Express, something that's super fire, that's autoing now. You know what I mean? So
Right.
kind of explain that process if you would.
So you take an auto and you cross it to a photo period. You take those seeds as the F1 generation, and that's going to be all photo periods.
Yep.
Grow out all of those, as many as you can. Pick out a male and a female that both resemble the photo period plant or the traits that you are looking for, whether it be stuff in the leaf structure, the bud, the resin content, the terps, whatever it is you're looking for. Breed those two together, and in the F2 generation is where the autos will really start to pop. But this is the trickiest generation too, because say you pop 120 seeds, 60 of those hypothetically are going to be autos, 60 are going to be photos. Then out of those 60 autos, being the F2s, they're going to have traits all over the place. So you really got to go in and do the selecting. Okay, these 60 are auto, great. I'm going to use these to continue on my project. But from these 60, fingers crossed, knock on wood, that I got the ones that I'm looking for.
Right.
So that's really why a lot of people tend to not even dive into it, just because.
You mean you can't make an F1 and dump it out and
I
pollen
mean,
chuck it and be, have
you
an
know,
auto
there's
tomorrow?
a lot of people doing these F1 fast versions, and I see some merit to it. I was honestly thinking about crossing the Zamodelica Express back to the Zamodelica and having a F1 fast version, because
Sure.
The traits from the auto, as far as the quicker flowering time, tend to carry over into the photo periods.
Right.
But a lot of people would say that's like half-assing it, or when really it's done the 2 years plus of work.
Right. You get
across
2 years
back,
to get to
so,
there.
right.
So it almost takes F3 to get to the point where everything becomes auto after
Yep.
that.
F3 is where you get full auto, and then we go to F4 and feminize before we release. That
So
helps to lock
you
things
going
in.
F4 on every fucking strain that comes out.
Every new strain will put out limited editions, which are F1 crosses of 2 of the F4s.
Right.
But other than that, yeah, every new strain is
And
at least 2 years if everything goes right from the jump.
And that's what I'm saying, is like nobody's fucking doing this. Nobody's fucking doing this, because let's be honest, in the seed game today, it's more advantageous for a lot of folks just to slap 2 hot strains together, put it out, and reap the benefits within 6 to 8 weeks, as opposed to doing a 2-year fucking project. And I guess the fucked up part about the whole thing is like, there's no incentive for a breeder, a guy like you or myself, to do the long work. I know in an auto you have to make it auto, right? But
Yeah.
as a regular seed breeder,
Mhm.
there's no incentive for me to take something to F5, 6, 7, 8. We know that guys do it, but like Mycotech did it, I think, with some of the strains that he's worked with or whatever, to
Right.
get them really stable. But and I'm not saying, I mean, that's true breeding, that's proper work, there's mad respect there. But the thing is like, you're not able to sell that seed for
more.
5, 6 times more the
Right,
value, because
right.
it took you 6, 7 years to make.
Which is
The-
what a lot of these people don't understand, because there's, like you were mentioning earlier, a lot of people biting the style and going and crossing 2 strains that we put, I don't know, 2, 4, 6 years of work into at this point.
Sure.
And you're coming out with an F1 and you're selling it for the same price that we're selling our work for. It's just like,
Totally. They're letting
sucks,
Mephisto
but-
do all the work.
Right,
We'll
right.
pick up on the F3 version, or just take your auto, hit it to this, and boom, and now I got an auto.
Yep.
And that's why I say Mephisto is the only brand that literally, in one sect of the market, utterly dominates all of it. Because anybody who wants to get in the auto game has to knock on your guys' door. In a lot of cases, they don't even knock on your door. They'll
They
just
come in the back door, take the shit, and leave.
there you go.
It is
So,
what it is.
I mean, that's why I say I have mad respect for Mephisto. I know your meth heads is what you call them out there, have mad respect for Mephisto, and it's a huge brand. It's huge overseas, but it's also huge in America. I mean, when I've been out with you in public and you wear the hoodie and people are like, "Hey, Mephisto," you know what I mean? Like, it's a national or internationally recognized brand, which is really cool. But you only become that, I guess, by doing the fucking
work.
long work. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
for sure.
as you say, or and to just quote somebody, I'll step off of that. Let's say you can't turn in someone else's homework, as
yeah.
I've heard it said before. I'll say that.
100%.
So what I mean, and it's like, and so many people will, just get by turning in others' homework on this shit. So yeah, it's interesting. But so let's get back into your career a bit or whatever. So you're jamming along with Mephisto. Things are going well. Things are going. You guys are, like I say, just absolutely killing the fucking game. And you switch to not
Night
switch, but you decide to release Night Owl. Night Owl Seeds is like your new joint or whatever, and this is a purely Daz Mephisto deal or
Right.
whatever. So what inspired you to not leave? Because you didn't leave Mephisto.
Mhm.
You just said, like, I can do my own and stand out alone. So what kind of talk to us a little bit about what brought you there?
I mean, really, it was out of necessity. The fact that it's not really widely known, but we had some Russian DDoS attacks on our site, and they were trying to get some ransom money from us. Then
So
got
they were-
our credit card.
So they
shit
DDoSed
shut
Mephisto's
down.
website and they asked for money.
Yeah, and it was a stupid amount. That was
Can I
just
ask for
like,
how much money?
$1,500.
Fi-
And it was like, no, we're not going to
You
negotiate.
guys are
with
slaying the
terrorists.
game over there. That's pennies. I shouldn't
Dude,
even say that out there because they'll ask for
the
more
drop in
now.
the bucket. Yeah, exactly. Who knows like what the fuck the next step was?
Yeah, they're gonna come back and now they're gonna ask for fucking 5 times
So,
as much.
Yeah, hopefully we're all much better protected at this point. But yeah, so that happened. Our credit card shit got shut down,
Sure.
and I mean, really, it was out of necessity. I needed to keep the lights on, and
So
keep
they
the bills
just everything
paid.
dried up in the sense of like
Yeah,
while Mephisto dominates the fucking world, you couldn't make a transaction anywhere.
100%. Yeah,
Either from
so-
hackers or the banks or the credit card companies or something. The whole world's against you. You know what I
Yeah, the
mean?
perception's always different than the reality. You know?
Sure.
So it's things look great from the outside, but behind the scenes, all of last year we were struggling. So,
Sure.
Yeah, I started Night Owl, and I mean, I went to Mitch and Tim first. I was like, look, I got to do something. Like, the year started off real rough, and I was just like, do you mind if I do this? Like, can I have your blessing to do this? And they were like, yeah, we think it's a great idea. Go ahead. Like, do your thing. So
Sure.
did that, and it's all worked out real well. I think people like the alternative to Mephisto. I mean, it's all the exact same breeding style,
Sure.
same selection,
Doing the real work.
everything's like
Yep.
the real work. So yeah, this is just some more unique stuff that I'm not sure if it would hit the mainstream as well as like the Mephisto strains do, just because I mean it's like working with the Zamodelico, which is like a 3-way land race cross from Ace. Nobody's heard of that, you know. Like,
Sure.
Nobody knows what the fuck it is, and then just throwing Express on the end just because I couldn't come up with something more original than that at the point, and that was the project name for it. It's like, yeah, nobody's gonna see that name and be like, oh, what is this? Like, so I think I just wanted to make some stuff. These are all really pet projects, passion projects that I did for myself, and stuff that like, all right, this is one of my favorite things to smoke. I want to be able to have this, be able to. I move a lot, so whenever I am, or wherever I am, I don't usually have clones. I don't keep clones. I usually work with it and then toss it or whatever.
Sure.
Now I have the auto seed stock. I can grow it out whenever I want and get that same profile in 70, 80 days and be good to go. So.
And how long ago did you start Night Owl? Because I mean, I've watched you build it, but it seems like you've built it relatively quickly. I mean,
Yeah, I think it was I don't know, May, somewhere around there. Whenever the auto
so
flower
almost
nut
not even a
was.
year. Yeah.
Yeah, no, not a year yet. It was like I said, kind of spur of the moment. My buddy down south drew up a nice little logo for me. I gave him all the stuff that I wanted in the logo. He put it together. And I was
Always
just
starts
like,
with a dope logo.
Man, dude, yeah, he killed it. Like, it wasn't what I wanted. I was a little upset at first because I wanted it to be like more of a Mephisto style logo, which I do use sometimes. Kind of like the caricature logo or like a little line drawn logo, not as much detail. Then I saw the other one, and I was like, man, I'm not even gonna. I should just use this one. This one's so much better than the initial one. So I went with that and got some stickers printed up and had some Mylar packs and had all the seeds ready to go because I was just sitting on them. I was like, all right, well, let's get out to the Autoflower Cup. I did my first release there. It was unannounced. It was just spur of the moment type deal, and that's all been working pretty well from there.
Nice.
Yeah, I got some pretty dedicated. I feel like I got like about 50 really awesome dedicated growers that like will always post my stuff and like give me a lot of real good feedback, and yeah, I always appreciate that. So
That's the
more
best way to
merrier.
build a brand is just have people say you're the shit and put pictures of fire stuff up.
Dude,
And
yeah,
it's like-
I mean, the pictures are amazing. Like, I love all these people for them posting and reposting my stuff, and yeah, Instagram really was the stepping off point for me there.
beautiful. Let's actually see if we can't take a look at your Instagram real fast. You might be able to explain a little bit of this. Oh, no, that's the wrong fucking screen. We're definitely not gonna want to do that. Well, I get better at this software, folks. We'll figure it out. I saw up in the chat too, some guys are wanting to ask some questions. We'll take some questions here towards the end, and we're getting towards the end here. I just want to keep digging deep on the old Mephisto story. So let's talk like favorite strains. You have like all-time favorite strains?
Photo period, auto, or both?
It's up to you. Like, what's the number one of all time for you? I know it probably changes if you're anything like me. It's like a rotating thing. But
So, I mean, Skittles just came into my life thanks to you this year. So, honestly, that's taken one of the top 5 spots. But I'd say that. There was a cut of Space Dog that was going around back in Maryland that was fucking phenomenal. And I used that to make the Cosmic Queen Autoflower. So, and that one is probably one of my most proud moments in Autoflower because I took it back to the dude that originated the cut, let him smoke the Autoflower, and he was just like, you nailed it.
Spot
so
on.
I was like, fuck yeah.
Yep.
So that one's one of my favorites. Let's see. Grape Stomper OG, anything with that in it. I love that profile.
Like the fruity terp. You're kind of into
Yeah.
the fruity kind of terp.
Yeah,
The Skittles, the grape.
Grape
like,
gas, definitely. Really like. And I had some sour diesel in New York around like 2003, 2004. That just, I mean, I've never had anything like it since then. It was probably one of the all-time most memorable. I mean, it was just
one of
like
those strains that when you hit it,
Holy
it's like,
shit.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Sour's not the same as it used to be though. Like it's all these strains sort of tend to kind of lose their luster a little bit, but like sour, I don't know, 15 years ago was just like kabang. You know what I mean? Like bam. But yeah, sour, that's a legend.
GMO Tropicana cookies.
GMO Trop.
Yeah. I think that might be one too many, but I can't not have either of those two.
What about your favorite strain that you've ever produced or made yourself? It's like your children.
It might be a recency effect,
Yeah.
but I love the Zamodelica Express. It's like no other flavor that I've had before. It's cherry, mango, grape with like turpentine. You let it cure for a while, kind of gets like a leather, almost incensey thing. And it, I mean, you can harvest it at different points too, especially for extracts, and pull off different profiles from it. So that one, I mean, I really, really love that one. It doesn't have a flavor that disappoints.
Sure. Interesting. So I think we might open it up to the chat room, see if they have any questions for us at all.
Sure.
All right, guys. Now would be the fucking opportunity to ask. I didn't even look, so if you asked something before, I didn't see it. So we're gonna look up at the screen here for the next minute or so here and shoot off a question or two if you got Dark Horse or you got Daz Mephisto in the house. I got one more seed giveaway I'm gonna do, so don't go anywhere. But yeah, questions. Was the Skittles an auto? I can answer that no.
No, not yet. You mind if I break up some of that Skittles?
Yeah, knock yourself out, my friend. Oh shit, we got all kinds of people in the on the emails. All right, fuck it. While we're waiting for a question to come in, I'll give something else away too. How about strawberry shortcake? Strawberry shortcake, and the race starts now.
Yeah, I didn't come prepared, but you can feel free to give away a Night Owl pack or two.
We give away a Night Owl pack. Fuck it. This is the day of giving away shit. All right, we got a question up here. Damn, they're coming in kind of so fast it flies across the screen. What was your favorite auto? I think you kind of went over that a little bit. Do you have pure breed plans to test your stress? I couldn't read it. Unfortunately, I can't really read the comments because they're cutting off on my big ass monitor a little bit. Strawberry glue flowers for 10 weeks. Can you go over the auto steps all the way up to F4 real fast again? Respect. Daz can probably spit that out real quick as he's rolling a joint.
All right, so you take an auto and a photo. It doesn't matter, male, female, either way, whichever way you do it. The F1 generation will be completely photo period. F2, you'll start to see the autos. About 25% auto, 50% if you're really lucky. And then F3, you take to get to the F3, take two of those autos that have the photo period traits that you were looking for, breed those together, and then you'll have full auto F3. And from there, it's just a matter of stabilizing and yeah, really locking in those traits that you're looking for.
Says, what is the most PM mildew resistant strain? That's it's a tricky one. But
Auto?
Yeah, as far as autos, do you have something that you work with it?
Sam Squanch OG.
Sam Squanch.
Super. Yeah, that's a Yeti BX3 from the Loompa Farm crew. Yeah, that's our auto flowering version of that. And yeah, she's super PM resistant, does real well, and wet states. She definitely doesn't mold over, doesn't get bud rot very easily, so that one for sure.
Nice. Do you have a favorite breeder? I don't know if we went over that. Do you have some favorite people that you like to buy beans off, or someone that you always your go-to?
Dude, the list is long for sure. And
I don't want to offend anybody by leaving them off the list.
Yeah, I mean, Bodie, Professor P with Dynasty, Duke Diamond, you obviously. I mean, there's Karma Genetics. Yeah, there's so many. It's hard to do that really. Everybody out there doing good work and real work for sure.
When is the next Night Owl drop? They're hungry. They're hungry for it.
So I think I'm gonna put out the Blue Microverse, which is my auto flowering version take on the Blue Magoo BX2 from Dynasty. I think I'm gonna put out the regular version of that here in a few days. Actually, it's like I've been going back and forth on it, and I know I want to charge more for those because the potential to go and create infinite strains from it is there, but at
That's
the
the
same
risk,
time,
right? That we
yeah.
just talked about. It's like you're doing everyone's homework for them. You're going to put those out. It's like you also have the ability to kind of seal by taking it out and feminizing it, and then keeping the males out of the equation. That way, no one can take their hard work and just hit
Well,
it.
and 95%, 99% of the market wants that. They want feminized autos. They don't want to have to deal with males. They want to just throw them out in the field. They want to put them in their closet and not have to fuck with anything. Just
Sure.
put them out there. But for the whatever 5-10% that do want them, I know it's going to be a take it and run with it sort of thing. But I also know right now in the market we're lacking auto flower regs because it has been so protected, and so like let's keep these behind the barrier sort of thing.
Sure.
And I want, a rising tide raises all ships sort of thing. I want to get some good genetics out there for people to start, instead of watering down the gene pool further, making it better. So I feel like it's a good thing to do. I know it's kind of shooting myself in the foot, but I don't know.
It's
I
for the
really,
community, or if
I
you
know.
will.
I feel like it's giving back and,
Sure.
and kind of putting my legacy out there a little bit of like,
Sure.
all right, go out.
It ensures a
and,
fuck ton more autos are coming
for sure
with your
and
work
I know
in
they're
it, right?
good stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it. And where can people get your seeds? I don't know if we went over that. Like you have not preferred, but all your vendors,
Seedbazaar.com, DC Seed Exchange, Seeds Here Now, Hembra Genetics, Oregon Elite Seeds. If you're up in Western Massachusetts, you can go check out my friend Tim at Berkshire Hydroponics. He's got some there. The Seed Source, definitely in Lama. I think that about covers it.
There's a question up here. Are we working BB3 autos and reversals? Are we breeding something like that? And the answer is yes. I fucked it up. I had Daz help me a little bit with some autos or with some feminization reversals, and I tried a new pollination method that totally didn't fucking work. So yeah, I wasted Daz's fucking time, energy, and efforts, folks.
No, we're gonna do it again.
I think we're gonna try it one more time. And yeah, I'm gonna try to put out a little bit of feminized stuff. We might try to dip into the auto stuff, but like I said, unless I'm working with these guys, I'm probably not gonna dip into it myself because these dudes just know exactly how to do it, what to do it, doing all the work. So I wouldn't even try to step into that market because I know I get my ass kicked instantly. But collaborations sound dope.
I mean, Sherbinsky's putting out autos now. Jigga hit me up last year. It was like, man, you guys are doing the best. I've grown out a ton of autos. Mephisto's hands down the best. And I think he was looking for a collaboration, but I think he also just kind of wanted to buy some stuff and white label it.
Sure.
But I saw Sherbinsky's got some autos out now, and who else? Not Humboldt Seed Organization, just Humboldt Seeds. Is that the other one?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
The people that have the Freak Show, they've got some autos out now as well.
Do you have without naming any names, do you have an opinion on white label seeds?
I mean, I wouldn't buy them. If I knew, but like, why would I buy some rebranded shit? But that's been the game in Spain.
That's what I say. That's Europe. That's the Europe game.
That's kind of what set us
Right.
apart. Is we never bought seeds from anybody to resell. We always did our own work. At times, we've sold seeds to other people to resell, and that's fine. Like, we have sold seeds in bulk in the past, knowing full well that they're just going to be relabeled and rebranded. And,
Right.
I mean, it is what it is, especially in a year like this past year where, like I said, we've had no income for like damn near the whole year just because of
And seeing your work being sold everywhere else as
Right,
autos.
right.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean, again, I've got nothing against it as long as we're on board with it and like we know. But somebody sent me a company last night that was just putting out whatever double grape F2,
Sure.
a bunch of crosses, like some freebie crosses that we gave out. They're now selling. What's up?
Slide this way just a little
Oh,
bit.
sorry.
Get you back on the old camera.
But yeah, so no, I like people that do it the right way and are upfront and have some integrity about it, at least as much integrity as you can have in like white labeling seeds. But
Right.
yeah, no, I would never do it personally.
Gotcha.
if you want to buy some seeds and white label 'em,
Yeah. Seeing a lot of Indo questions. You gonna be at Indo, bro?
I'll be walking around for sure. Yeah,
Cool.
I'll definitely be there.
Hunt out Daz at Mephisto now that you know what his pretty face looks like. Any other questions? Questions in the chat? I think we're getting towards the end. I'm gonna wrap this fucker up. Make sure I covered everything juicy on autos. Everybody feel like they understand what an auto flower is now? Thumbs up if you understand what an auto is. How hard they are to fucking make.
Yeah, maybe we just skipped over the whole. They flower under any light cycle. You don't ever have to flip the light. They'll be done in 3 months or less. 2 to 8 ounces, depending on how you grow them. Good quality flower, depending on the genetics. So, yeah, hit me up on Instagram if you have any more questions about them or anything.
What's your I put your Instagram there on the top of the screen for folks. I think there's a period in the Instagram, right?
Yeah,
okay.
B-A-Z period MEPHISTO.
Is Mephisto's website just Mephisto Genetics?
MephistoGenetics.com for the US, MephistoGenetics.ca for Canada, MephistoGenetics.co.uk for the UK, MephistoGenetics.eu for Europe, and MephistoGenetics.net for everywhere else in the world.
Jesus
we got y'all
Christ.
covered. We got local dispos.
That's why they're
shipping out
DDoSing you, bro,
everywhere.
because they're looking at you like, look at this Walmart of a C company over here.
Yeah, we got some targets on our back for sure. But,
What about Night Owl? Where you can get Night Owl or
seedbazaar.com and then
or his website on Night Owl?
you know, I built it months ago and just never put it up. I had somebody reach out and be like, I'm going to put you a dope one together. And because they reached out and said that, I've just been sitting on it. But yeah, no progress has been made on that. I should actually put it up. NightOwlSeeds.com is.
Anybody wants to make Daz a super dope website for some autos, let us know. Anybody wants to make me a super dope intro opening theme song so I can make this show super jazzy and shit, let me know. Yeah. And I think that's about it, folks. Let's see. I want to thank Daz for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thanks for, teaching us autos, talking about autos. And let's see. If you guys have any ideas for what you want to see, what you want to talk about, what you want to who you want to talk to, hit us up, let us know. Say this is a new idea. So I think we'll try to do it every Wednesday about 7 o'clock. Follow along, ask your questions. We'll try to keep giving some shit away. And
first 2 emails with Night Owl.
Oh yeah,
subject
hold
line.
up. Let's go back to
Dark
we're
Horse.
not quite done. Fuck it. We're gonna do some what strains you want to give away? Or what do you want to do?
I want to give them away to some photo growers. So if you're a photo grower, just first 2 people with Night Owl, I'll get them laced up with a couple things to try out.
All right. So to win, I don't know if anybody I didn't check the email on the shortcake, but in the subject line of probably should have said strawberry shortcake. And the subject line of Daz's, it says Night Owl. And we're looking for 2 people.
Yeah.
First 2 people. And the email you got to hit up is darkhorsegeneticslive@gmail.com. And you will get some shit. I think we just gave away like damn near $1,000 worth of shit in like an hour. So yeah, tell your friends and shit to, I guess, watch this bullshit. We're gonna smoke weed and talk to somebody interesting every week. I got a feeling Daz will be a reoccurring guest around here. We can hope so. We can only hope, folks. But yeah, hit up the email. Like I say, it's gonna be the first person. So if I come up with a better way to fucking give shit away, I'll think of it. So we can do it like live. Maybe I get a phone number for Skype and let people call in and talk shit to us all. But yeah, that'll be a wrap, folks. I appreciate everybody watching. And next week, same bat time, same bat channel, all that shit. So we out.